once again. You are on Watch for the Hook Wednesday with the Watch for the Hook Business and Entrepreneur Podcast. Michael with the
Tatiana.
Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing today?
I'm good.
All right, all right. So, folks, we finna dive right on in because we finna come with the space.
Uh-oh.
And Miss Parker might just cut some folks up with this one.
Piss some more people off.
Hey, let's go at it. So today's topic is gonna be culture vultures.
Hmm.
And what we mean by culture vultures are the people who are not from your culture,
Nope.
who steal your intellectual property
Yeah.
and profit off of it by selling it to the masses at a cheaper, discounted, deregulated price.
That's crazy. I like how you actually improperly use the term intellectual property.
Hey, man, because you got to use your mind to get this shit.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Speaking of intellectual property, we just want y'all don't forget about podcast money merch. Right now, me and Miss Parker have we pulled it from Kajabi and we're gonna get ready to relaunch it on the Watch for the Hook platform. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Why not put it on our own platform? It's a platform that we own.
We've been paying for the platform, so why give somebody else our money?
Right. It's ours. We own it. It ain't going anywhere. It's just right now it's en route. It's being redirected.
We transferred.
Yeah, that's it. It's still there. And I just feel like it was smart enough. It was time for us to get smarter and host it on our own platform. That's it.
Exactly. So once again, y'all stay on the lookout. So Miss Parker, when we talk about culture vultures,
Yep.
and I think it kind of goes back to that episode we did, looking for us, wearing us.
Yes.
You know, we have been under the premise that money, or how much something costs, equates luxury.
Yes.
But
Premiumization.
selling about the other episode, criminalization. But it seems that our culture doesn't give our culture premiumization back.
Nope.
We have that.
We do.
We are the culture.
That's what I was gonna say. We started it.
We started the shit. We are the culture. And you know, we get very upset when we see some other people come in disregarding the hard work small black business owners have put in
Yeah.
and just go take their intellectual property, recast or replaced or reformatted on another
That's what
platform.
that's what I was gonna say. Oh, I jumped the gun.
No,
You're
keep going.
talking about
Keep going.
you're talking about um supplying or providing it on a different platform. I'm talking about how they took it and they made a simple one or two little minor tweaks, to make you where they didn't necessarily do a left click, right click, copy paste. So see,
Still,
that'll get you in trouble.
still thievery.
It is.
Still a vulture.
Nothing about it was original from you.
Exactly. You stole
No.
it. So you're a vulture.
Unoriginal ass.
Yep. And so we've seen this time and time again where, you know, you get these sites with these big engines or big
They'll remain
manufacturers.
nameless.
Yeah, we get that crap. And they'll turn around and just take your same image off your platform,
Yep.
slap it on theirs,
Yep.
and sell that product for $1.99.
Or sell it for $189 and they paid $1.99.
See what I'm saying? Culture vultures. Picking at the carcass of a small business owner and stealing off of them.
Or simply dissecting a culture and profiting from it.
Taking it away piece by piece.
Yeah.
That's vulturing.
It is.
Yeah, that's piracy. That is thievery. That is a some bitch that is a thief. And you should put his hands off. Put the hands off like they did in the old school.
I'm like, what
It called stealing, they cut your hands off.
you doing? You like in the 1800s?
Go back to the old school. Old school. Get that thievery some bitch's hand off. His hands off. I bet it won't steal again.
That's crazy. Or they cut some tongues off too.
That's lying. Won't nobody really be talking around this some bitch. That's the case. A bunch of mute motherfuckers in this world. They can't say shit because they been lying their whole life.
Whole life, every time they open their mouth, don't know I come out. I know we done got our
Yeah, but back to the culture vulture.
even sad.
And it's like, and it happens time and time again.
Yep. tell you what was probably more crazy than anything. I won't go into all the details, but I will say for someone, yes, um, very much a part of the culture, right? But there are also some parts of the culture that I was not a part of, right? Because
Mhm.
I went a different route, which is fine too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But for someone who was not a part of that very specific culture, right? When I see the vultures, it annoys me just as much as it does the individuals that were very much a part of that are a part of our culture now and that were a part of that culture at some point. And it's and I because someone might be like, why are you so impacted or you're affected? It's because it's just not right.
Yeah. So the issues that Ms. Parker is bringing up,
Just
it
trying to keep everything
no, 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 no. We
oh,
gonna roll with this.
blanket.
Oh, this a blanket? It's a HBCU blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Ms. Parker is talking about these uh bigger franchise companies now saying, hey, look over here. We got your HBCU gear.
Letters and
Hey,
colors.
let us take care of your HBCU with you.
Letters and colors.
And none of the money goes back to that university.
Not that I'm aware of.
And they are not doing it. 9 times out of 10. So this is the thing. If you listen to our podcast, we talked about how you can trademark logos and emblems. One thing you cannot do per the US,
USPTO.
you can't trademark
A letter.
a letter.
No, you can't.
Like I went to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. UAPB is it shortened as to trademark their lion mane logo that
Yeah.
has UAPB in there
Yes, yes.
for
With the
trademark,
colors.
get
Yeah.
the colors for trademark
Yeah.
and sale purposes. You cannot trademark the letters UAPB.
Or look, UAP or B. We get that.
Exactly.
We absolutely get that. But when you send a blast email out and you title it, ready for HBCU, whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, so now you spoke directly to
Rep,
culture.
rep your
That's
HBCU.
what it was. Rep your oh, well,
What they want to say was help us and don't get offended. Rape your HBCU
yeah,
pockets.
yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, there are not partnerships. They have not been established between the universities and these big companies.
And let me say this for someone who's used to cracking open the books and who's used to shouting it from the mountaintop. If there were a partnership of that magnitude, that, my friend, is something you would shout from the mountaintop.
That would have been what you sent out first.
Right. From the HBCU.
Exactly.
They would have put that out there. Cool. So that way, the people that are trying to purchase those items know that if they purchase it from this big, huge company, that HBCU does have a partnership with them and they are going to receive what? Some of the proceeds, the profits.
And you say, well, why are y'all so upset? I'm going to tell you why we're upset because we're business owners. And we
Mm-hmm.
see where HBCUs, all of them, have been underfunded since their inception from their states and the US government. And now, because there is another big company selling their stuff off campus,
Yep.
off their website, off
E-commerce.
e-commerce,
Yeah.
and away from their certified and authorized vendors, they're taking money once again from those institutions.
Yeah.
So,
And they making a hell of a profit.
yeah,
Let me just tell you that.
yeah. So when people yelling about, man, we ain't got this, we ain't got that, let's also remember they still stealing from us.
They are.
They still stealing. So
They
we
stealing dollars. They stealing intellectual property. They
stealing
stealing
logos.
logos, thought processes. Like, stop. Just cut it out.
That's not cool. And honestly, it's not hard for them to partner with those universities. Issue is they're still been the same. They don't want to. And they don't have to make a buck.
Nope. Nope. Because what do we say? I can't really trademark a letter. But this is a topic that if it were to be found out that there was an actual partnership and the HBCU simply did not announce nor promote the fact that there was such this huge opportunity, partnership, I would eat all kinds of crow.
I would eat crow. You know why? Because it's
Why?
that's they fault they didn't tell us.
You got
Yeah,
me out here fighting for
yeah,
you.
you got me out here
You
fighting
ain't
for
telling
you.
me what I'm fighting for.
What Harriet said, could have took more if they knew they was slaves.
You
I'm out here fighting for you, and you don't even know you messed up. You
don't even know you ain't.
don't even know you can't move.
Right.
Like, yeah, so
Yeah. And again, you didn't graduate. I'm a two-time graduate, right?
yeah,
Did not graduate from an HBCU. However, comma, I feel some type of fucking way.
she married to a man,
It ain't even about
and
that.
she's also a small business owner,
I am.
and she knows how it feel for motherfuckers steal her money.
Don't be taking my money.
Let me see it again. She know what it feel like for a motherfucker steal her money.
I almost said a name behind everything I just
Nah,
said.
they ain't worth it. They ain't worth it.
That might help you get some money. Let me put
Yeah,
that
but
out.
no, but yeah, but so when we're talking about culture vultures, we are talking about those people, individuals, entities, companies that take away from a small business
Yep.
because they're stealing their intellectual property, promoting it as their own,
Yep.
discounting the price, and then let's just be honest, the product they probably giving y'all, if they produced it, ain't worth them. Ain't nowhere near as good as the one the person that's actually putting out.
Yeah, and they're getting a hella profit. I mean,
Yeah.
that again comes from being a small business owner, living in that world. I know what you're doing. They getting a hella profit, and it's so sick.
Speaking of products, come on by www. Watch for the number 4 the hook.com. Check out the Culture Champ hoodie.
That's right.
And why do we call it the Culture Champ hoodie? Because it's from us. We are the culture.
It is.
That's what we talking about right now.
I ain't still it.
The culture. We are the culture. We make this black people, black culture, blackness, black worldwideness.
Whatever your culture
We are
is.
a multi-trillion-dollar business, and we need to be respected as that. And I'm gonna tell us, when we talk about looking for us wearing us, we need to be wearing us. We need to be supporting us. We're gonna talk about that in another episode too. It shouldn't have to be, man, let me hook you up with a discount for me to get your business.
Yeah. Yeah, it really should.
You know, we discuss things like that. And we're just sitting around looking at everybody seems to profit off black culture, but black people.
Yeah, yeah. And it could be like the way that packages are presented, maybe even partnerships are presented where you think you're getting a better deal than you actually are. Like, seriously, is this the Motown from the 60s?
Yeah, like even the marketing, it's like these big engines, they use black culture how to talk to black people. Even in the marketing. But I mean that's smart, but I get it. It's like, hey, not partner, hey buddy or you, hey, that person over there, they know how to use that lingo because that's their marketing strategy. Let's quote unquote talk black to
Right.
the black person.
Hey, well, what did it say? Rep your
HBC.
HBCU. It's like in the gym. Oh,
You didn't say support.
not rep,
It didn't say back.
rep.
It didn't say
I think about that song. Was it Petty Poppy?
which song you gonna give me the
I
title.
don't know. All of them be good. The helicopter song. Take your shirt off.
Oh
Put your
yeah.
on your head. Smell like a helicopter.
Yeah. All that they use, but they say you just sit there and use.
Yeah.
They use our lingo. Yeah.
Okay, I ain't gonna sing that song. So I like this song though.
Yeah. They know
That
what
might
to
date
do
me.
when they're targeting us. That's not an issue. But my thing is, in targeting us, financially back us, financially support us, financially kick back to us.
Yeah.
Don't financially take, don't financially siphon, don't financially denigrate us.
He said siphon.
I mean, that's a whole nother way to some problem. They siphon it.
A little off top. Let's take a little out the tank off top, and then I'm gonna make it do what it do.
I mean, let me tell you how bad the culture vulture is. If somebody states that their university, since its inception, is underfunded by over $300 million as compared to PWIs, that's vulturing.
It is.
That is
It is.
picking at the carcass. That's making sure you are a carcass.
I mean, that's not a level playing field. I'm not saying it's ever been level. I'm not going to say it will ever be level. In a perfect world, I would love for
Oh,
it to
yeah.
be level. That's not the case. And I think that's a topic we have to put down the pipeline. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
stop talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, if you gonna rake somebody over the coals, like, dude. But this the thing. Rep Your HBCU wasn't speaking to just one HBCU. We were speaking to many HBCU.
Every one of them.
All of them.
All of the underfunded, deprived,
Speaking all of them about
barely getting a minimum out of those
yeah,
states.
yeah.
In those states, HBCUs.
Bad. It really like annoyed me. It really like felt some type of way. And I ain't graduated from now HBCU.
Because you've seen this over and over again. But they say those who do not learn history are what?
Doomed to repeat it.
Say it one more time for the girl in the back.
Doomed to repeat it.
So if they raping you 70 years ago, I ain't talking about physical, I'm talking raping your pockets.
So we just gonna say rape.
Rape, RAKE. When they rake your pockets and take your money out your wallet, and they say, "Ooh, you could have earned $85 today." But because I felt like I deserved a bigger cut, I'm gonna take 60, so you only get 25.
You know what? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna go there. So, so what you saying is they moving the goalpost.
They moved field.
So let me tell you this.
Mhm.
So I be watching documentaries and things all the time.
Knowledge is power.
And I was watching a documentary about Uncle Tom's Cabin, right?
Give a quick little recap.
Harriet Beecher Stowe
Mhm,
wrote the novel about Uncle Tom's Cabin, per the documentary that I was watching, right?
mhm,
Uncle Tom's Cabin. I can't think of the name of the actual guy's name, but his name was not Tom.
mhm.
It wasn't anything like that. But essentially, the premise was because he was such a good um, slave hand,
He was a good Negro.
he was. He was the Negro that was allowed to be the field overseer after um, the other employed
Mhm.
individuals, I'm going to say fell ill, fell off because I'm just
Yeah,
synopsizing, right?
exactly.
So he was tasked with getting them from the plantation they were on clear across to like Kansas City or something, right?
So he
Got
had
to
to do a
keep,
trick.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And he's got to make sure he keeps these slaves still knowing that they slaves, even though they pass through a state, a town, a city, a port where Cleveland, Ohio, I believe, where they could have gotten off,
They were
been
free.
free.
From being free people.
Could have been free if he would have just said, "Y'all know if I turn my head and y'all walk away, y'all free. There ain't nothing I can do, right?"
Yeah.
He didn't do that. He kept everybody going where they needed to go. They made it to their destination. By the time he gets to his destination, because I'm fast forwarding now, he realizes, after working with a priest or a minister of some sort, that he could be free. He went back to the original slave owner because these are like brothers working in unison, right?
Mhm.
Across the country. He went to the guy and he was like, I got $250 to buy my freedom. Slave master was like, well, you need 350. What you gonna do for this other $100? Well, we're gonna keep you enslaved and you're gonna work, right? He's still journeying and trekking. He get that 350. By the time he get that 350, now because he has been able to transport these slaves and keep them slaves, they said he has learned additional skills, right?
Yep.
They upped his price from 350 to now he worth 600. He finally realized that if he didn't leave out on his own, he was going to forever be a slave because they were going to constantly move. When he got 600, they was just gonna move it to 800 because at that point he would have learned additional skills, which would have been like, oh, you now know how to do this, which makes you what? More valuable.
That's an even different form of culture vulturing, using one of their own
Right.
to vulture their own people.
Right. So I'm like just moving the goalposts. Like anytime you get a new skill, that makes you more valuable to them, where you're now indebted to them even more, where they just constantly taking and feeding off you and you can never go out on your own. Like shit's crazy.
Sad thing is, he could have took all them and they all could have disappeared
They
off the
could
first
have,
trip and been gone.
but he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Because he ain't know no better.
Nope. I done went all off topic, but that just kind of reminded me like that story, and that was in the 1800s.
Crazy thing is, you know what that real title of that person, I mean, not them, but you know in the hood what they call them
I
type of
know.
cats now.
I know. Yeah.
But we ain't gonna say that because I ain't trying to
No.
get out, go all the way down that
No,
rabbit
no, no.
hole.
Yeah, that wasn't the
Yeah.
point.
No, 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 no,
It's
no.
the point,
Your
but
point is great.
yeah, I'm like, it's a vicious cycle.
Hey, what Miss Parker telling y'all is they been doing this to
Been
us.
doing this, like, gonna feed off of you, gonna profit off of you.
Blood suck.
Yeah, so he was just trying to make sure he didn't get sold south to Louisiana. He knew if he went to Louisiana, he was not going to make it.
He was done.
Right. So I'm like, they just constantly take and take and take and take. And he thought it was a partnership, and it wasn't.
Look,
He thought it was a partnership.
they lied to him, huh?
They lied to him. They said, well, you got 250. If you meet 350, we gonna let you go. By the time his ass got to 350, he was now even more valuable. So now you 600. They just keep moving it. I think I done went all off on 10. Michael, bring him back in because I done went out on
Miss
left
Parker,
field.
that's great. Like I said, culture vulturing is so many different things. And that's even another thing, and I think we're gonna keep running just for a little bit longer because now she think got me.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. They're like, what does Harry Beach Stowe and Uncle Tom's Cabin have to do with the
Vulture.
culture?
Still a vulture. They still stealing. Yeah,
Misusing,
still stealing from us.
pretend partnerships.
What we don't know is what we don't know. Now we are at the technological age of not knowing is no longer an excuse,
No,
folks.
no,
If you use your cellular device to look up latest video or latest trend, you should educate yourself even more.
right?
So what we are telling you is we can now fight the
Yep,
vulturing almost to the level that they can vulture from us.
that's right.
Knowledge is power. Malcolm X said, I fear that my people will perish for my lack of knowledge. We should not, in this day and age, and I tell you, we have the universe in our hands.
We do.
Me and Miss Parker grew up where if you had an encyclopedia or a dictionary, you had to go physically
You
walk into a
did.
library, or if you was fortunate enough, you had one at your house, you had to go in the room and
Yeah.
find a certain
Yeah,
book
you did. You had
and
to
look
search.
and look. Like right now, we got to the point you have an unlimited, vast resource in your hand, and it is going 98.7% unused for your benefit. When I say your benefit, but intellectually,
Yeah,
mind stimulation, mind growing, thought processing. We started 2019 because of a hook.
right.
You all now have a certain thing in your hand where you can throw the hook first.
That's true.
Don't take a shot when you can throw one.
That's right.
So, when it comes to this culture vulturing, don't be the carcass that they're picking on.
Right.
When they come near you, have your shot ready.
Right, right, right.
Knock that buzzard down.
That's right.
That's what Miss Parker trying to get y'all to understand.
What the partnership look like, what the percentage look like.
What them facts, what them
Yep,
nimbus,
them
is Miss
nimbus.
nimbus. I want it in writing.
Yep.
Don't talk to me over the phone. If you ain't sending me something in writing, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is the best thing ever. A lie ain't nothing for nobody to tell. But if you get it in black and white, legally you can fight. I always remember that. Black and white means I can legally fight.
You stupid. What'd you say? I got a chance at this.
I got a puncher's chance.
Look, like dog went all off on the tangent. Like, dude, property. Like he was property. Like, I don't know. Like
But they were
he
using him to pick at his own people. That's vulturing.
It's vulturing.
It's vulturing.
It's
Like,
vulturing. Not knowing what you're capable of, not knowing what you have access to, not knowing what you can actually do. Like, stop.
yes, Miss Parker, I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I don't know. I went all off on attention. I'm
Nah,
flying
nah, nah,
today,
you
y'all.
great. Hey, as always, it's been the Watch for the Hook Business Entrepreneur Podcast. Catch y'all next time.